people. Today is a little bit of a sad day because it is Hannah's last day with me on the trip, but we have had an absolutely epic trip. We've seen a lot of cool things, we've had a really good time, and we thought just before Hannah heads off to the airport here in Legazpi, we'd sort of have a recap of our trip and talk about like Hannah's reaction as a first timer in the Philippines. And we are back and looking like a pair of backpacking tortoises right now. Landed in Manila. I think that was definitely a baptism of fire for the Philippines.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I was also sick when I landed.
Hannah's not feeling too well today. Wasn't feeling great on the flight yesterday, and now her throat's not good.
So I was quite sick. But yeah, we decided to go for a bit of a walk.
Yeah,
into
a walk
the mall.
in the middle of the day to the mall, which loads of people chastised us for in the comments.
Like, don't do that, it's dangerous.
Yeah, I don't think it was that dangerous. We were sun creamed up and we
Yeah.
were pretty hydrated. We had some water with us, and it was quite fun. I think to see the sort of daily life in Manila as well, and then yeah, just get into it.
And also in Europe, it's very common just to walk long distances in cities and stuff. So.
But I think because of the craziness of Manila, it's like less likely people would just use Grab or whatever. How you feeling?
Overwhelmed.
From there, we flew over to Coron the next day after spending one day in Manila. We met some lovely people at our hostel who gave us some local fruits and stuff. The kids were really cute.
Which you weren't too much of a fan of, but I really like.
I don't think I've meant to eat this seed. Very sour. We went up to Mount Tapia, saw this incredible sunset.
So nice.
Look at the colour of that sky. Unfortunately, there wasn't enough time on this trip to show Hannah like the super touristy highlights.
Yeah, I missed all the highlights.
All
of,
the postcard views.
Yeah, missed all that.
Yeah, so that was a shame because it would have been really nice to show you the really famous places in Coron and El Nido, but we haven't had time for it on this trip. But we headed out with Kiluma on the 3-day, 2-night voyage. It was just incredible.
Beautiful. And just being on the water and having the cold air.
And I think it took until then for you to realise what the Philippines is all about. Obviously, 7,700 islands, always more being discovered here. That's really what the Philippines is all about. When you think of the Philippines, you do think of the island life. And it took until we reached that first spot. And then you almost fell in love with it.
I was like,
and then.
Oh my god, it was so beautiful.
And that was the most crowded spot of the whole trip.
Yeah, and it wasn't crowded at all.
I remember you just being like, I see why you keep coming back.
I think
to
I
the
literally
Philippines
turned
now.
to you and said, yep, now I know why I keep coming back here.
We arrived, beach huts.
Oh yeah, that was so nice.
Beautiful, lovely setting to sleep in. Tried some coconut wine.
Oh, the coconut wine was great. I would highly recommend that. So mine's kind of spicy.
Woke up to the most incredible sunrise the next day.
Yeah, we woke up at 5:30 in the morning. We never knew what time it was because there was no need to have your phone. There was no signal, so it was just wake up with the sun and then go to sleep with the sun too. And it was so nice to have that. I've never been somewhere that's so isolated and so cut off from the world, and I honestly loved it. I actually
disconnecting. We honestly made such good friends with everyone on that tour. The nice thing about it was that there were so few other people there with us. Another great day of island hopping. The 3rd day we did cliff jumping.
That was amazing, I loved that.
And basically made our way through to El Nido, where we were just stopping for a couple nights. Ended up...
No, we have to talk about the last spot on the boat tour.
Oh.
Because that was spectacular.
Yeah.
We went to this huge sandbar. It just went on for as far as the eye could see, and it was unbelievable. It looked like a kid had painted the perfect desert island, and we were just on it.
Yeah.
I think we all just sat.
The colour of the water.
Yeah. We all just sat on the sea and looked at each other and went, "No, we're not leaving.
No, Mom, we are going back to the boat. Bye." Bye, Mom.
That was absolutely amazing. Then El Nido, again, we didn't get to see the highlights really because we'd just done the boat tour. We didn't want to book onto another.
I didn't really want, like, we were quite tired from the boat tour because although it's not like physically exhausting or anything, you are in the sun all day and it just, like, by the end of it you just want a little bit of like R&R and just to chill.
Yeah.
And so we took 2 nights out just to work a little bit and then see the sunset.
Yeah, sat in some nice cafes.
Las Cabanas Beach for sunset, which was nice.
Yeah, that was beautiful. And then from El Nido, we went down, flew down to Bohol. It was a bit of an unexpected kind of turn of events, really. We expected, we didn't really know what to do because flights got super expensive because it was coming up to Holy Week. We ended up flying down to Bohol with the intention of going to Camagüey. We ended up spending 2 nights on Bohol and we saw the tarsiers.
Yeah.
Super cute, the world's smallest primate.
Yeah,
really endangered. So nice to see that, and we never thought we'd get to do that.
Yeah, we didn't really have much planned. Like we had nothing booked after the boat tour in El Nido, and we were like, let's just go wherever the cheap flights are.
Yeah.
So we ended up in Bohol, which I never expected to come to on this trip.
And the people there were so friendly as we were scooting around the island, and we just like went for a little drive, ended up at this church getting ready for the Holy Week, and it was absolutely gorgeous. People just wanted to take photos with us, find out why we were here. Do you guys want to try some goodies that we got?
Some Filipino biscuits.
Filipino biscuits.
The next day we wanted to go out to Camagüey, but Holy Week sort of put a halt to those plans. Is there any way that we can get there today at all? No way.
Yeah, Holy Week was a bit more intense than either of us anticipated, I think.
Yeah, I think we should have expected it in such a Catholic country for Holy Week to be such a big deal. And people had warned us of it, but we didn't quite realise
like how busy it was going to be.
So we couldn't get the ferry to Camagüey. Unfortunately, it's fully booked. They've said there's absolutely no way that we can get across there today. But it actually worked out really well. I mean, it was a shame about the money, and we were worried about not having enough time in Camagüey. But the place where we ended up staying for the night was super chill, literally right on the front. So and we needed a day just to relax, I think.
Yeah, we had a bit of a chill day, which was nice.
And it was beautiful. Like, again, I flew the drone and we realised that like the kind of sort of chocolate hill-esque scenery was literally just behind
us. We were like, oh!
So beautiful. And then the next day we did manage to get on the ferry.
Yes, we did.
So that was great. And
that was good.
How was Camagüey for you?
I like the few things that we had planned for this trip was to do the boat tour, was to definitely go to Camagüey, and to definitely go to Donsol. Those were the 3 things that we actually like knew that we were going to do in this trip. We didn't have a clue how we were going to do them, when we were going to do them, or like what was going to be in between. So Camagüey was something that I was super excited for, and it would definitely like met all of my expectations.
We wanted to go somewhere that was going to be new for both of us, and seeing the waterfalls, Katubawasan Falls,
yeah, so nice.
Sunken Cemetery, which was completely unexpected.
That completely blew us away.
The coral reef, and we ended up seeing these amazing giant clams there. We saw a sea snake.
That was the best coral reef I've ever seen.
Yeah,
it felt like being in a nature documentary. We were like, there's just stuff everywhere.
Yeah.
A little bit scary because we went at almost sunset, so it was super low tide, and I'm not joking. In some places we were about this far off the corals. So we were like,
trying not to touch the corals, trying to just not scratch ourselves and also not destroy the reef.
Yeah, we didn't want to touch the reef.
But that was a really, really nice day. Loved it there. Really fell in love with Camagüey straight away.
Beautiful.
And then just exploring over the next few days, seeing the giant clams.
I love the giant clams.
Going to the volcano observatory and actually learning a bit more about the history.
Yeah.
And learning a bit more Visaya as well.
Yeah, Visaya Akong Makilalaka, which is a really nice, really laid back place. There's never a rush. Everything's super easy to get to. We just got a bike for them.
Yeah, I got a little bit ill, so I'm gonna do my best now to venture out with Hannah, and fingers crossed not throw up everywhere. I wasn't feeling great on one of the days, but we still managed to fit loads in. I think
we just went for like a nice drive through the island across
this
beautiful mountain road.
The driving was gorgeous. There's one like circumferential road that's amazing, and one beautiful road that runs through the middle of like, I think there's 14 volcanoes, 14 volcanoes on the island.
Yeah.
And this just carves through them, absolutely amazing.
Beautiful.
And then I think probably the low light of the entire trip, and especially of Camagüey, was my drone being pushed too far away with the wind, finally thinking I'm gonna get it to come back, it gets to about just over 100 meters away, hits critical battery level, and decides to auto land in a very inaccessible place.
We couldn't see
We
it
could
because
hear
it
it.
was beneath us, and it was just trees underneath, and you can't see like a black dot against trees. So we knew it was super close, and we could hear it, and we were like, okay, it's gonna come back, it's gonna be okay. Just a bit of a close call. No.
Drone disconnected, drone dead. And then we went back to the accommodation we were staying at, and there was a lovely lady there who put me in touch with one of her friends. Next morning he comes at like 6 a.m. We go out before the sun's properly high, and he's come with one of his friends. We've got a machete, we're walking up along the path.
Yeah.
But then the three of us basically carve our way through the side of this volcano, and all these like ridiculously high bushes and
Like
twigs and
super
trees.
Spiky.
Very spiky, very dense. Was quite an adventure really, and eventually overlaying like the GPS position where the drone was lost, and like using the video that I shot as it came down, we managed to locate the general area where it was and actually get it.
No way! No way!
I didn't know I found it, man.
Noi still, oh my god, Noi
Yeah.
and Andrax, thank you so much for all of your help. Getting the drone back was crazy. Didn't know if it was going to work. Later on we went to some more islands, it worked. Probably the highlight, one of the highlights.
Yeah, the next day the same day we went off to Mantiki Island, which was really nice as well. It's one of the two main things to do in Camagin, I think. And then you sent the drone up. At first you were really nervous and like, oh, I don't want to take it too far, I don't know if it's going to work.
The first drone flight since the drone incident has taken place, and it was a success. I was very, very nervous.
But then a couple of minutes you're like, it's fine, send it up.
Yeah, yeah,
It's fine.
pretty crazy. And then from Camagin after that, we had to leave the next day.
Yeah.
It was my birthday, spent the day like travelling on a plane,
It was a very long
on
travel
a
day.
non-AC bus to Cebu, but we went and stayed somewhere I've stayed before, which was super nice, and celebrated my birthday in a really chilled way. We just went and got some food, got some beers, met a new friend, made a
Yeah,
new friend
made new
in
friends.
Raphael, who just a great photographer, and it was so nice to
Yeah.
meet him and speak to someone who was doing something similar to what I'm doing with the vlog,
Yeah.
but with Instagram. Yeah, I think our time there was great. We saw the sardine run, which was...
The first time we saw it was a bit, like, I think we just went at the wrong time, and it was a bit too crazy. There was just so many boats there, and they was coming super close to us, and I came a couple of centimetres from being whacked in the head by a boat several times.
This boat right here came super close to bashing me in the head. This one roared in like a metre away from Hannah, so I had to like grab her out of the way.
Yeah, it did feel dangerous, and I definitely would not recommend doing it in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
If you're gonna do
go
it,
early.
go early or go late. Don't pick 1 p.m. Don't pick 1 p.m. for many reasons. The sun and the boats being the main ones.
Yeah, and then after that going to Kawasan Falls.
My
So good.
favourite day of the trip, I think.
Really?
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, I felt the same when I first did it, and it was still such an epic day this
I
time
really
round.
loved it.
Kawasan Falls.
I was a bit
amazing.
nervous beforehand because I haven't really done much cliff jumping. And you were like, oh, there's like 10 metres, and I was going, okay, oh god.
But
I
Gilbert
have to
and
do this.
Kezan,
Yeah.
are just like the nicest people.
They're
They were
so
taking us
lovely.
around, taking loads of photos, just having a laugh with us. Doing the tour with
Yeah.
those guys was great.
Yeah, once I did the first one, because the first one is the only one you actually have to do, the rest you can just walk around. Which is only 2 metres, I'm like, yeah, this is great, keep going, keep going.
I'm loving it.
And then the more I did it, the more I was like, yeah. And I did them all, even the big one.
So I don't think Han was going to do it, but she's seen me do it. She looks like she's about to come down. She's just sitting on the edge.
Yeah? Okay, a count of 3. 1, 2, 3, jump!
You did it! Oh my god! How was it?
Yeah, Yeah, and then we did the sardine run properly the next day.
Which was
Amazing. Saw some turtles.
Ah, turtles are so cute.
So cute. And we also went to Osmania Peak
Oh, it's Mania Peak, yeah.
for sunset, which was just so beautiful.
Beautiful.
So beautiful. And it almost had a Chocolate Hills feel.
But more
Rugged.
rugged, a bit more of an extreme version.
Yeah. Super beautiful.
A completely
Super
different
fun.
side to Cebu as well. Because so far we'd seen like the turtles, and then we'd seen the kind
Done like the beaches, and we've done the
beaches.
adventure. You said it felt like, not that we've been to New Zealand,
Yeah.
but it felt
like a New Zealand
oh,
kind of landscape.
so good.
Beautiful.
And then from there we came back over to Luzon,
Yeah.
South Luzon, flew into Legazpi, went straight to Donsol. We arrived in Donsol late.
Yeah.
We made friends with Hanai on the plane over there, and then he had a friend who was already staying in the inn where we were staying, the homestay. And then we went out and saw the whale sharks the very next day.
Yeah, we weren't sure we were going to be able to do it the next day, so we got up super early, went to the tourist office and just sorted it out, and they were like, right, here's your boat, get on.
Yeah, it was great, and we managed to have like 5 interactions with them.
Yeah, we got 5. Well, we saw 6, but we managed to swim with 5.
Really incredible
An absolute
experience.
highlight.
Yeah,
One of the best.
amazing.
Just the first time you see it come up towards you, and it's just got like this huge face, and it just,
It's,
it's massive.
you can't comprehend.
how big they actually are. Until you're directly above them and you're like, oh my god!
Trying to swim out the way, my footage is kind of garbage because like I'm
don't
trying to
move
like
for you.
Yeah, and then I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna be too close. Oh my god, it might eat me. It wasn't gonna eat me, but it felt like that.
Yeah, the first time we jumped in, we were literally straight in front of it because it's so murky you can't see anything.
because of all the
And
plankton
then-
that they're feeding.
Yeah,
on.
because of the plankton, and then it comes up and you're like, oh, this is coming straight for me, and then you've got like a split second to be like, oh, which way do I go?
Yeah, a
It's
crazy
amazing.
experience though. And then I think one of the most lovely experiences that we had, horrible and then lovely, was that we found this little kitten.
Oh yeah.
And we named her
Oh, that.
Swish. She was literally skin and bone. She looked like she hadn't eaten in a long time. She's probably only a few weeks old. There was a kid that we saw throwing stones at her as she was in
Target
the
practice.
street. Yeah, target practice. And I just ran over, didn't film anything like as we saw her in the street. I kind of
Yeah.
wish I had to show just what a position she was in and how bad she looked.
Bad.
But I just scooped her up and we took her back to our homestay.
Gave
got
her
her some water, got
she
her-
just drank that like she hadn't drunk in days.
Yeah, went down to the market, bought a fish for
The
her,
smallest fish we could find, it was huge.
and she devoured it. And then, yeah, the owner of the homestay came back and kind of fell in love with her over the course of the next few hours,
Yeah.
and said she didn't want any pets or anything, but because she liked Swish so much, she just said, I'm going to adopt her. Because I was fully prepared to, I didn't know how I was going to do it, but I was fully prepared to keep her with me if I couldn't find a home for her there. I was going to try and keep her with me until I did find her a home, because I fell in love with little Swish as well. And it was amazing to see how just a bit of love, some food, some water, but some love and affection.
Yeah.
And literally in the space of the next 2 days,
Even over a day, she looked so much better.
like the
But
fur was
owner-
starting to come back.
Yeah, the owner gave her a bath and she just instantly looked way fluffier and healthier and happy.
Yeah, it was so nice to see. We went diving the next day.
Well, you
Well,
were diving.
I went diving the next
I can't
day.
dive.
Hannah hasn't got her license yet, but didn't see any mantas, which we were hoping to see. But did some cool diving, saw some like puffer fish and other cool things. And then just on the second manta bowl dive, as me and the rest of the group were coming back up, we just saw this huge whale shark, bigger than any other we'd seen so far, just come past us, and another like shark or big fish, don't know what it was, but a huge whale shark go past us, and that was a truly epic moment. Like, obviously it would have been great to see the mantas, but that was,
Yeah, I'm very jealous.
yeah, that was really something to behold. And then we did the whale sharks the very next day
Yeah,
again,
we
the
did them
snorkeling with the
again.
whale sharks, because we just loved it so much, and we thought, when are we going to get a chance to do this again? So we did it again, and then from there we've come to Legazpi.
Yeah.
And yesterday we were so fortunate. The volcano wasn't really covered when we woke up. There was a few clouds around it, that was it. We managed to get a scooter. We scooted out some old ruins that had been, it was a church that had been destroyed by a previous eruption, and that that volcano is one of the most majestic places I've ever been. It is so perfectly shaped.
It's ridiculous. It's just the most epic thing to see. And it's so huge as well. It's like 2,500 meters or something like that. And you just look at it and you're like, wow, how is it this perfect? It looks like a kid's drawn a volcano.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
Insane day. And then that brings us up to here, really.
So today,
So, yeah, it's
that's been the trip so far.
that has been the trip so far. Hannah is unfortunately going back home because she has to finish off her studies and graduate. I'll be back in time to see her graduate, but I'm going to be staying out for a few more weeks just to carry on my trip a little bit more while Hannah finishes her studies.
Yeah, I wish I could stay, but
Yeah.
next time.
Hannah's got to go and catch a flight in like an hour and a half, so we really need to get going.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you so much for coming with me. Had such a good time. Honestly, had such a good trip with this one, and we've done so many good things together, like amazing things. It's
been a great
always,
experience together.
yeah, I think it's always special to travel, but to travel with someone that you're so close to and get to share those memories with, there's not really much that beats it, I don't think. So, thank you.
Mwah, thank you too.
I'm gonna finish this one up here. Thank you so much for watching. Big love.
Feels
Good around here.